Welcome to JavaScript. Hello everyone, welcome to JavaScript crash course. So in our previous class, we looked at JavaScript and evolution. So in today's class, we'll be looking at variables and data types. So what is a variable? So a variable is just a container that stores data. So think of it like a bus where you keep your name, age, or a score, right? So let's go back to where we left out in our VS Code. So in our VS Code the last time, so we created a JavaScript file and we named a function, right? So here I will remove this function now, so we don't need it. So we want to create a variable, right? So I'll just comment here. I'll tell you what a comment is. So comments are basically something you write for the developers to understand your code, right? So is ignored by the compiler, right? So I'll just write variable, right? So we are working with variable today. So there are three types of variables. So we have var, which is the one that JavaScript was using until ES6 was introduced in 2015. So before 15, it's only var you can use to declare a variable. But from 2.15 upwards, from ES6, now you now have let, you have const, right? So now you can declare a variable in three different ways: through var, let, and const. So I will explain the difference for you. So for var, if you want to declare a variable with var, you just have to use the keyword var, then your variable name. So here, let me give it a name. Then you equals to assignment. So you want to assign a value, right? So here I want to give it a value. So this is a quotation, right? So quotation is used for strings. So I will explain what a string is. So I'll assign a value. So I will just give it my name is Marvis. So I'll give it Marvis. So now I've assigned a value to this variable called name. So if I over it now, you see it. So it's a string, right? So now I have a variable. So I can declare a variable using var, but that was before ES6. Now with ES6, I can declare a variable. So I will just comment this out. So I can declare a variable with let, right? I say let, I say name, right? So name, and I say equals to, then Marvis, right? So I say Marvis. So this I have declared a variable of what? A string. So if I over it, you see, is a string, right? So I have declared a variable of a string. Now, if I want to, there's another way I could declare a variable. If I declare a variable with let, it means I can reassign this variable the value that it holds, right? So I can reassign the value. So I can say name is equals to, let's say, Emmanuel. So now I'm changing the value that I assigned before, Marvis. Now I am reassigning it as Emmanuel, right? So now if I alert, if I want to alert Emmanuel, right? So if I alert name here, this should give me Emmanuel because I have reassigned the value of name that I gave Marvis here, reassign the value to Emmanuel. So if I save now, Ctrl S, then okay, go and save all. Then I run remember we created this code before, so our JavaScript is linked here. So if I run this, run on the browser, so I'll just click run. So when I run this code, you see I get Emmanuel, right? So I'll just close. So now if I go back to my JavaScript. Now I've reassigned this. But if I declare this variable with let's create another variable called age. So I'll say I'll say const age, right? So if I say age is equals to um, now a number, let's say 25, right? So now if I reassign age, I won't be able to reassign age to throw me an error, right? I reassign age, let's say I reassign the age variable to 30. So now I should get an error from here. So if I save, Control S, and then let me hit file, save. Then if I rerun this code on my browser, if I rerun this, so I should, okay, Emmanuel is outputted, but I don't get age, right? So it is an error, right? So I have gotten Emmanuel, but I couldn't get age. So if I inspect, I check the console, here you see I'm getting an error. Attempt to assign to read only properties, right? So you cannot reassign value to um, to a const, right? So constant means the value will be constant, it cannot change. So that's the difference between constant and let. Let you can change it, you can reassign it, or constant you cannot reassign the value. I hope I'm clear on that. So I will just remove this one like this. So now I have now tell you what a variable is, right? So section 2, let's look at data type. So there are different data types in JavaScript. So let me comment this one out. So there are different data types in JavaScript. So I'll comment this code out. So I'll just comment line by line. So there are different data types in JavaScript. So we have strings. So we have already used them. So if I say, for example, I have product name. So let me just say let product name, right? Product name. So then I give it anything I use with quotation means is a string, right? So if I put phone here, you will see I should get a string. If I hover over this, you see I have a string, right? So if I come here and say, let's say I use alert now. I say alert and I say type of product name, right? Product name. So I should get a string, right? So if I save, go back here and save, or then I refresh. So if I refresh the page, so I go back and refresh my page, I should get string, right? Listen, I got an alert of string, so the type is a string, right? So if I go back now, you see I have a string. So all right, let's declare another data type. So we have number, right? So I'll come here and say let's call this one price, right? I'll say price equals to okay, let's just give it 999.9, right? So if I have something like this, and then all right, then I have this, and I say alert. So let's check the data type. Say alert type of. So I will not pass in price, right? Price. So type of price. So I should get the 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 type. So now if I come here, you see I have number, right? So that is a number. So the data type is number, right? So this is how you get your data type. So you see it's number, right? So now if I want to do the next one, I say let's say available. Let's create a let and then have it available, right? label. So let's check. So true. Let's give it to be true, right? So if I come here and say alert, uh, what data type is this? So if I say type of, I call the built-in function called type of. So if I say type of, then available, right? Available. So this should give me the data type, right? So if I save and I go back to my, so you see I have a boolean, right? So the data type is a boolean, right? So let's give it a null. So let's close this one now and go back. What? Let's create another variable and say let. Then now I'll give it a value. So let's give it a value of discount. Let's say discount. Then on the discount, I want to give it null, right? So I give it a value of null. So let's alert the data type of this value. So I'll say discount type of discount, right? So discount. Now it should give me the data type, right? So Control S and save. Then I go back and look at my. Okay, I go back here. See, I should be able to get a refresh if I allow. So you see, I have an object, right? So the data type is an object. So I give it null. So now if I type, I get an object data type, right? So now let's look at stock. So let's look at another data type. So we get object data type as null. So let's look at another data type called let. So I will have stock. So I'll just say stock. So I won't assign it. No, when I created the variable here, I will not assign it any value. So I will not call. I want to check the data type now. The type, uh, type of. Let me alert, then type of. So type of. So that should give me check the type of data type, right? Stock. So let's check what data type it is. So if I save, then I'll go to my page. So if I refresh this page, so I get undefined, right? So this is the data type of undefined. So when you create a variable without assigning a value at all, so it's going to hold an undefined data type, right? So these are the most common data type you will find in the JavaScript. There are others, but they are not really that rarely used. So these are the most common data type you will find. So now let's go to another topic called type conversion, right? So let's do type conversion. So okay, just a quick note here. We have strings, right? I have string here. So for the data type, here I have number, right? So here I have um, boolean, right? Boolean. So just here I have object, right? Object, right? Data type. So here I have undefined, 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 right? Okay, undefined, right? So undefined. So we have that. So let's look at type conversion. So on type conversion, let's assume we want to convert a string uh, plus a number. So if you want to convert a string plus a number, so what you do, so as a type conversion. So converting a string and a number. So what you do here is to, let's say for example, I have, let's create a variable. I have variable let. Let's have the variable let. Let's give it a maybe s. So this s will hold a value of 5, right? But this 5 is a string, right? I told you that strings use quotations, right? So this is a string. Now I have another value, let is equals to y, right? And if y holds just 6, right? That is a number. So if you add these two together, you will see. So if I call let, let's say result. So result, and I add these two values together. I have s plus y. So I should get what result should I have? So let's find out and say alert. So let's see the result. So what result should I have? So I pass result now, then I save, right? So if I save, if I go back to my code that is here and I refresh, so if I refresh, I have 56. But this is not some what we are hoping for, right? So we are hoping to do a basic mathematics that we actually add 5 plus 6. But here it's not doing that, it's concatenating it. So when you add any number using the plus symbol and it's a string to any number, to any variable or any normal number, so it's going to concatenate it, it's going to add it, so it will just put it in front of it, so it will not do mathematical operation. So if you want to do mathematical operation, you have to first convert this 5 from string to a number. So how do you do that? So if you want to do that, you have to come here and say, okay, two ways you could do this. So on the s, you have to convert s, so you give it you can use number or pass int. So I'll pass, let's use number first. So if I use number here, so I'm passing sorry, so I'm passing s, right? If I pass in s here, s plus y now. So now let's see the result. So if I say result here, so let's see what happened. So if I save, so now you are seeing 11, right? So we now have 11. Now it does the normal mathematical operation, right? So you can also use, instead of using number, you can also use pass int. So there's what they call pass int, a built-in function. I say pass int now. So I say pass int, it's a built-in function. Then I pass in a else, which is a string. Now I want to convert it to a number, right? So if I save, so now I should be able to get the same 11, right? So if I refresh here, I should get 11, right? So that's it. I've shown you how you can convert strings to number, so using pass int or using the number. So we have dealt with type conversion, and we also looked at data types. We have looked at variables. So in our next lesson, we are going to be looking at operators. So watch out for that. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Okay.